Hello, 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 everyone. Okay, I'm going to get started. I am going to be on two different devices, so I can be on Instagram as well. And I'm going to invite the Instagram people to come over as we go into like the all sign reading. Okay, so let me click on this now. Right here. Okay. Hey, Instagram. I am also live on YouTube. Okay. So if you aren't following me, make sure that or subscribe to my channel. The lingo for YouTube. Check out my YouTube channel, Mystic Storm Spirituality. Make sure you subscribe. Okay. Hey, how's it going? Hey. So I will be on Instagram for the astrology portion, and then when we go into the different signs, I'll cut off so y'all can come over to YouTube and make sure you subscribe and like and all that stuff. Okay. So yeah, I would like to say I have some announcements. Y'all. I do have two events this weekend. So if you are in the Nashville area, I am going to be at the Nashville Black Market on Friday tomorrow, and then I will also be at the Wicked Market on Saturday. If you need more details, you can check out my Instagram. It does have all those details as well. Okay. All right. So I will like to get into the astrology portion here, and I have like notes. You see my things of notes. And I do want to talk about the planetary shifts that happen after the full moon, so that way we can know that. So we know the full moon is on June 3rd. That's Saturday. It happens at 11:42 p.m. This is all in Eastern time. Okay. They call it the strong moon in this resource is the witches they book, but it's the Sagittarius full moon is also called the strawberry full moon. Okay. So keep that in mind. And then on Monday, the 5th, June 5th, Venus enters Leo. Okay. And then on the 11th, we have two movements. We have Pluto, which is in retrograde, is retrograding back into Capricorn. And then we have Mercury entering into Gemini. That's on June 11th. I think there's one more before the new moon in Gemini. Yep. And it's going to be Saturday, June 17th. Saturn goes retrograde. Okay. Saturn goes retrograde. So interesting. So those are all the planetary movements that's happening after the full moon. So I want you to keep that in mind as we go into this. All right. Now, for Sagittarius, the planetary ruler is Jupiter. So that's expansion, that's growth. We usually use this for money spells. This is Thursday's energy. Oh, I'm filming this on Thursday. So yeah, see, that works. And yeah, it's a mutable sign, so it's flexible, right? It's flexible. I did I did do some numerology in this too for the date. So 6/3/2023. It reduced when I added it all up, the number was 16. Then reduced that to 7. Okay. So 7 is the vibrational number for the day and or for the full moon energy anyway. And with the number 7, you can think of the root, I'm sorry, excuse me, the crown chakra, crown chakra vibes, the seventh chakra. We can also think about seven as in the seventh house. So that's relationships. And it could be romantic, it can be business, any type of relationship, contracts, things like that. Okay. And then we can also think about it within tarot and the major arcana, which is the chariot. Okay. Now, I do have some cards pulled out to show you, the energy that we're in. So I said number 7, and that rules to the chariot card, right? But Sagittarius, actually, the card that rules Sagittarius first is Temperance. Temperance. I should put it like this. Okay. This is, I believe, the deck that I'm going to use. This is the Divine Tarot, but this is how it looks in a more traditional sense. Okay. This is the Melanated Tarot. Okay. So you see the angel wings. We see, has a toe dip water, has 2 cups, and it's kind of going back and forth, equal give and take. I don't know if y'all can see the pathway, and it's kind of going back and forth, equal give and take. I don't know if y'all can see the pathway that is coming from with the crown, all of that stuff. All right. So, yeah, but then in this Temperance, you can see it's like a Hindu goddess. She has multiple arms. So it's multiple things going on at once, but she's calm, she's still, right? So this is why I titled this Rhythms of Life. We're going to get into the law of rhythm and the Kabbalion and all of that, okay? So we talked about Sagittarius' Temperance. We are in Gemini season, so shout out to first all my Geminis. Happy birthday, Geminis. I'm a Gemini rising, okay? So yeah, I'm right here with y'all. And then shout out to my Sagittarius, this is your energy. So I thank you, okay, for your energy. When you think about Sagittarius too, it's about wisdom, it's about travel, it's about higher learning, brushing up on new skills, growth, leveling up, getting to that next level, right? And sometimes with that chariot card, I showed you the Temperance, but the vibrational number of that day is chariot number 7, which is the chariot card. This is how it is in traditional tarot. You see, you have I'm trying to make sure y'all can see it. The 2 horses here, and they're holding the strings. We have the light and the dark. Okay, you can think about it that way. The yin and yang, feminine and masculine. Okay, having balance, having control, knowing when to weave back and forth, right? This is focus, this is precision, this is tunnel vision, right? Look what I get, I like to see you win, and they want to do it. That's all I think about that. I think about tunnel vision. But yeah, very focused, goal driven, direction, all that. So I wanted to show you the Divine Tarot too. See the difference. This has a more watery aspect to it, which I feel like our emotions drive our action sometimes, right? They say motivation versus discipline, right? And a lot of times, if our emotional body is not in order, in whack, everything goes out of whack. We have to have both the masculine and the feminine, to bring this home. All right, and then let's see, Sagittarius too. I do want to bring up the parts of the body it rules, it governs. Okay, it governs the liver, the hips, the thighs, and the sacrum. Okay, they do not advise to have any surgeries during this time. It has like no with an explanation point. The resource I'm using is astroseek.com. Okay, if you are on YouTube, The astrology chart is in the description box, okay? So, and I usually don't bring up the organs that's influenced by the moon, but I would like to start because, man, I'm having like full transparency. I'm having like liver issues. And I was just like, your girl, it's a dietary thing, not alcoholic thing. The dietary thing. I'm trying to be more vegan, vegetarian, eating too much carbs, this and that. I'm gonna get it together. Okay. But this is also just saying, like, hey, this is a part of what's going on around us. It's okay. You can be cool, you can be chill. Because I've been like stressing out a little bit. I haven't really been feeling that well, full transparency. I'm on my moon cycle under the full moon. So, my ladies, y'all can understand and can relate. Okay. It took a lot to get here, but I'm here. All right. So, yeah, I'm here. Yeah. So Sagittarius too is like a visionary. And you think about deep thinking. The cherry card is ruled by Cancer, so that's freedom. And then also you have to think about the home. We are going to enter into Cancer season soon. So we're already kind of getting into that energy. So 7, we talked about 7 being relationships. We talked about 7 being a crown chakra, which relates to Sagittarius because it's all about the faith, having faith in yourself, having faith in a higher power, your higher self, God, Goddess, the creator, the all, however you want to say it. And this is too where your faith can really be tested. Let's be honest. Um, yeah. So I feel like this is again the test of the rhythm of life. We talked about the law of polarity in the Taurus new moon, which we were coming into Gemini season, which it made complete sense after the fact, that I did it. I was like, Gemini, so it's like weighing options, what should I do? And yeah, so with that, I want to go to, let's see. Also, I wanted to bring up, yes, 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands. Because Sagittarius is fire. It's a fire sign, fire element. I talked about faith being tested and all of that stuff. And I do want to bring up the cards for 7 of Wands. I am doing this like way different than I have before. Maybe I did like a lot of notes and I'm trying to do demonstrations. So yeah, and then hey to my people on YouTube, if you are commenting, I don't know, something it says please wait to reconnect for the chat. So let me know that you're still there. Try to comment, it'll probably show up for me later. But yeah, this is the 7 of Wands energy. Okay. It's like battles, it's challenges, because right before that is the 6 of Wands, which is like victory. Hey, we did it. It's like you won the battle, but we still got some war to go on. There's still more battles to come. It's a lot of things that you might be shaking a stick at, right? Also, this could be you juggling a lot, and trying to figure out how to navigate that. That brings me back to this Temperance card. You see the difference. Like he's like, oh, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna get through this? To the Goddess, it's just like, oh, I'm gonna do all of this simultaneously. I got this. I'm in flow. I have goals. I have it all planned out. So these are completely different energies, but I'm bringing these both up. So we get swept up by the polarities, right? The pendulum swings left and right, and the key is we know that we can't stop this rhythm. This is a natural rhythm of life, but it's the mastery in it is not being swept up by it, okay, or the more low vibrational energy, okay. So it's being grounded. Let's say it like that, because I don't want to say in control in a sense, because sometimes control on the other side of the spectrum could be too tight, too forced, too rigid. Okay, this is a more to be too tight, too forced, too rigid. Okay, this is a more free opening feeling I am trying to express to you all. Even though the full moon, again, it brings up heightened emotions, triggers are going to happen, things may be exposed to where it may want to push you and lean you towards how you usually will react. We're talking about the only thing that you can control, right, is your reaction, right? So not getting swept up by the hiccups along the way. It's just the rhythm of life. All right. So we're gonna get into we're gonna start with the seventh house, right? The seventh house energy that we talked about. So the seventh house actually has the majority of planets or objects in its house. And it's funny because the vibration or number is 7, right? We have Venus in Cancer, part of Fortune in Cancer, Mars in Leo, Black Moon Lilith in Leo, and the vertex in Leo. Okay. So, but the two we're going to really talk about is Venus and Mars, which is honestly actually cool that they're both, in the same sign, in the lovers sign, the relationship type of sign. We got Leo here, which is all about joy and fun and childhood. Hooray. But again, we're talking about spectrums and rhythms of life, there could definitely be some drama. Excuse me, some drama. And this is where the Gemini energy can help, right? This is where communication comes in. You may want to get a mediator. I even put negotiations, reaching a common ground. Okay, the Venus in Cancer, the aspects that are with that, we have opposition, Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. It's in the first house. Okay, so with this energy, we're transforming how we view ourselves, how our approach to life is probably going to be more broad, more maybe even trying to focus on a more detached lifestyle, a more detached mindset, to where we're not really worried about the rhythms of life, right? The upticks, the highs and the lows. Also, detachment just helps you to flow better through life, right? Another extreme of that is if you're detached, we don't care about anything. We don't care about nobody. We just worried about ourselves, getting ours, and that's it. Which we are in a very self-love, self-care. This is all about me. I'm taking care of mine energy, which is great, right? We have to take care of self before we can even get to help others. We have to pour into ourselves before we can help others. So I'm not saying that that's wrong, but we can't get stuck in that energy to where we're not giving any compassion. Okay, so this is where outwardly we might be seeing again, two different sides of the spectrum. We are going to see people that is very activism, humanitarian, trying to get more global impact, really focusing on Mother Gaia, okay, our carbon footprint, just everything, just being more aware and trying to make an impact. And then we have on the other side again that is just very detached and just letting anything fly. It's like what are morals? What is all of this? And with Pluto going back into Capricorn, after the full moon going retrograde, it's again we're gonna have to reinforce these laws. We're gonna be like, hold on, wait a minute, hold up, no, you thought that it was gonna be okay, but it's not. It's not gonna fly. So that's that opposition. We're going to be faced with that challenge of like that compassion. The Venus is in Cancer, so that's the mother, that's the home. So things may be heavily affected in our homes as a collective. We might see this on the news. Might be having to do with mortgage. We're talking about like prices of homes could be a thing. Also, motherhood. We might even get another wave of how women can govern their bodies. Okay, so we might get that back into the media as well. So just be prepared. Just be prepared. Also, with Venus in Cancer, this is again, she's in the seventh house. We have she's squared with Jupiter in Taurus. So again, Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius full moon, but we have it squared off in Taurus, and this is in the fourth house. Again, Cancer's ruler, right? So there are going to be challenges to get that increase, and it's going to be finances. This can be the daily habits. This can be in love, right? And how, or really trying to, I'm getting more like, I really want to be in my soft girl, soft girl life, but I still have to handle my business. I still have to get up and take action, which there is also that can be that tug where, when I think of, yes, we are allowed to be soft women, soft ladies, soft girls, right? That is definitely valid because that's a part of the divine feminine. But again, I want to remind people that the divine feminine is also cutthroat. Okay? The mother archetype is nothing to play with. So I think, well, okay, if we're talking about soft girl, we can be more maiden energy, right? Freely, but I feel like a lot of things that come up we're going to have to make better decisions. We're going to have to buck up and grow up and take on more responsibility or take more accountability, right? So that's that Venus in Cancer in the seventh house squared with Jupiter and Taurus in the fourth house, okay? Money may not come as easily as we want, and we may think that we have to work harder for it. It's not the case. How can you change your perspective? How can you tap into that feminine energy to let things flow to you? Right? It might be a rock in the stream, right? Streams of income going into that bank, right? There might be a blockage, a rock. How can you move that rock? How can you remove that obstacle? How can you make things flow more easily? So it's kind of like instead of putting in a lot of action, right now I think it's kind of like going back to the drawing board. Okay. And that's funny because I have pulled this card for myself. Yep, it's right here. It brings me to this, honestly. It says back on task. This is from the Whispers of the Ocean. And it says, be sure you are using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider reviewing your goals, your schedule, or a project you're working on. All could use some fine tuning. Okay. So this is definitely, with Taurus energy, career, projects, daily habits, most definitely. This is helping with that energy. Okay. And the last aspect, oh yeah. Okay. I'm trying to read like my notions of notes. So that was that for the aspects for Venus. Okay. Then we're gonna go into Mars, right? We're still in the seventh house. Okay, relationships, bonds, okay. And this still has to be family, familial, platonic, romantic. Mars energy is about that action. It is about war. It is about more of the masculine um energy that is within us all. Okay. So it is also squared off with Jupiter and Taurus in the fourth house. So again, how I was saying, like we might feel like pressure is on. We have to step up and we have to do this, which is yes, okay, we do have to, but how can we plan? How can we take the time so it can be more efficient versus extending or expending on? Okay. Now, with all that being said, Mars again in Leo, it is sextile and trine with the full moon. Okay. It's trine with the full moon in Sagittarius in the 11th house. And then it's sextile with the sun in Gemini in the 5th house. So if you know, in order to create a full moon, the sun and the moon are opposite of each other. They're in opposition. So the sun can reflect on the moon so we can actually see it, you know? So Mars, Mars is sextile the sun in Gemini in the 5th house, and then trine the moon in Sag in the 11th house. So we talked about oppositions and squares, right? If you don't know astrology, oppositions, okay, we said the face off. So think about it, face off. It's like, okay, you step into me like this. What's the problem? What's good? What's the issue? That I'm thinking that is a challenge. It's a challenge. So it's like, how you gonna take on this challenge? Then we have squares. Squares, think about squares. It's just it's in the box. It's in the box. It's locked in. And sometimes we can feel trapped. Again, it's an obstacle. Okay. Sextiles and trines, they're more harmonious. Okay. They're more harmonious. All right. And trines are the most harmonious. Trines, you can think about the triangle, right? And with sextiles, they're harmony, but not as big. So with the sextile with the sun in Gemini here in the 5th house, 5th house is Leo's energy, which Mars is in, right? So the combination with the 5th house and the 7th house, right, along with Gemini, which is the 3rd house, communication is going to be our best friend. Communication, you might have to talk things out with siblings. You may have to talk things out with your partner, or it could be a business partner. It can be your romantic partner. Also, this could be Mars too can deal with sexual energy. Venus and Mars, right? That's how we create. That's life force energy. So this could be a good time to indulge and have some fun, have some playtime, have some playtime. I'm an advocate of it. Okay, so if you are, I would say yeah. If you're wanting to conceive, of course, full moons are good to conceive too, but this would be a good moon to do so. And then also with Mars trying the moon in Sag, meaning that the actions that we're taking, it doesn't have to be forced again. Planning is action, okay, before the execution, right? So while we're doing this, it's going to not only affect us but the people around us, okay? And Sagittarius, you might want to travel to see friends, to see new places, to study in a different place, find new things, find new hobbies, all of that stuff for sure. And the faith part, I do feel like with these obstacles that we're going to come up against when it comes to work ethic, daily habits, changing our lifestyles, how our bodies, our appearances, right? Because Pluto, I'm going back to Pluto in the first house, thinking about that. Um, with changing, not all of that too, those obstacles that we more likely will face, relying on your faith, relying on your, however that looks. And it may look different, for everyone, you know, and that's okay. What do you believe in? Um what are your values? What are your goals? That's going back to Taurus energy. Okay. What are your values? What are your goals? What do you believe in? How can you surrender? Surrender to the plan. How can you let go of what you're wanting to call in, right? Now we're getting into law of attraction. Okay. Whatever you want to attract, if you keep, yes, it's one thing to put it out there, but release it, let it go. Because if you fixate on it, it's a lack. The universe thinks it's a lack, so therefore you will get more of that lack, right? So if you feel heavy or in doubt or at a crossroad, just know that take some time to ponder, to reflect, to meditate, to listen, right? Listen to spirit, listen to your intuition, listen to source, and trust the guidance that you're getting, from within, right? Sagittarius is a fire sign, yes, but oddly enough, I was looking at another resource of mine. It was it's not here, it's at some house, the solitary, or the Book of Shadows for the Solitary Witch, right? And the Sagittarius color is blue instead of red. It's blue. And I just saying 3333 on the timer here. It's blue. And I was like, huh? But it's because of spirit. Throat chakra, right? Throat chakra is like the most connected to spirit, to source, right? And again, in Gemini, color later is orange. So you can kind of see how I got the blue. This is like a real navy blue, but you got the butterflies going, got the orange here. So it's that communication with source. Sagittarius are really a high vibrational Sagittarius, they tap in. Really tapped in. My camera just popped. Really tapped in. Communication. And when we think about the throat chakra, right? Because we said Sagittarius is a fire sign, but the color is blue. Blue is throat chakra. So the primary um, organ or sense that the throat chakra has is not, it's not the mouth, it's not speaking, right? We think about that as the throat. It's listening. What do you hear? What are you hearing? Right? Outwardly and internally. Again, Sagittarius is our tapped in deep thinkers, right? So, yeah, that's why when, again, ebbs and flows of life, rhythms of life, um, just making sure that you're still staying connected to source, your crown chakra, right? Seventh chakra. I do want to look at the Kabbalion. I think I feel like I touched pretty much. Yeah, I pretty much kind of embedded a lot of that in here. Yeah. So just trying to see. Yeah, I think we're good. That's actually good. I mean, of course, it says it differently, but in the gist of it, I spoke on everything I lit. I'm not gonna get into that too much. Cool. So now we're gonna go back to that Pluto retrograde in Aquarius that's soon about to go into Capricorn. All right, it is sextile with Neptune and Pisces in the second house. All right, and then it's also squared off with Jupiter and Taurus in the fourth house. Right. So we talked about sextiles is more harmonious, squares are more challenging. Okay. So as we're trying to transform and detach, not worry about stuff, maybe focus more on us, but also still giving compassion to others. I'm an Aquarius sun, right? So, Aquarius, we have social meters. We are very, um, we're very sociable, but it's to a degree. It's to a degree. So with that too, in transforming that in the fourth house, or how we um communicate with our friends, our community, you give your friends some slack, cut your friends some slack during this time. I think we're still in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde, so you may not hear from some people. I don't take it personally, and I know that's probably easier said than done, but you know maybe just say a little prayer for them, like a candle, maybe just speak to them through telepathy, something. But, you might not hear from everybody right now. Neptune and Pisces, that might pick up a lot of things in your dream world, which I did just get a book, which I haven't dug into yet, but this will be a perfect time. I have so many books, y'all. This is Dream Alchemy, Ted Andrews. Now, this is the author from Animal Speaks. If y'all are into that book, that's a great book. I always look at that from time to time as a wonderful resource. And so, yeah, so with Pluto retrograde in Aquarius first house, sextile with Neptune and Pisces in the second. Second house has to do with Taurus energy, daily habits. Okay, this is a great time to get your nighttime routine together, your dreams intact. You may want to, brush up on some astral projection. Okay, if you want to dive into that, or yeah, I mean, y'all can meet. Y'all probably can't link up now, even though Sagittarius has to do with travel, but y'all can link up in the astral realm. Okay. Link up in the astral realm. How about that? All right. So yeah, things are changing. Things are evolving, right? And I'm kind of down for that because I've been trying to get my nighttime routine together, and mm-mm. And because I just fall asleep. Maybe I need to get the nighttime. I need to start the nighttime routine before the wind down. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay. And then that square, that Pluto retrograde again in Aquarius in the first house is squared off with Jupiter and Taurus in the fourth. Okay. I feel like, yeah, it's not, excuse me. Did I say fourth house this whole time? Yes, it's third house, not fourth house. But Taurus is taking up majority of the house. But that just has to do with like communication, family, friends, our daily habits. So again, still, we might have some obstacles again when it comes to that. Maybe communicating what we want, talking about our value, talking about our worth. We want to get a raise. You want to get a raise. Are you wanting to put yourself out there more? Okay. Are you going to take the stand? How are you going to implement this in your daily life? Now, when we try to put habits in, habits are formed, I believe, within 21 days. 21 days. And so there's fluctuation. This is also, I don't want to say, give give grace. Give yourself grace. I know my mentor, Tyra Omalade, she has a YouTube channel. Make sure you check her out. She's actually live now. I did not want to miss her live, but baby, when I wanted to come on, when I planned to come on, my moon cycle, the cramps was cramping. It was real. It was real. Okay. And so she definitely talks about giving grace and compassion during this time. So I'm hearing ringing in my ear a lot. So like, yeah, grace and compassion while we're going through while we're going through the process of changing ourselves. And this is outwardly. So the first house, right? This is where Pluto is. The first house has to do with the I am, right? But Pluto is the generation, it's the masses, right? And Aquarius has to do with broad. So that means this is going to impact everybody in a big way, right? In a major way. I also wrote down New World Order. New World Order. We already knew that we're in a new age. We are in a new age. We're in the age of Aquarius. We talk about that, right? Aquarius in the first house, right? We had the pandemic. I just heard it. We not out the water yet. Not sure what capacity that's in, but we're not out the water yet as far as the changes, the shifts, the laws, you know, all of these things are changing and we're having to be more adaptable. More adaptable. How can we be more fluid? Again, going back to the Sagittarius, having that faith, that temperance, right? Temperance, temperance. Because the battle, we still working on it. Seven of Wands. I also wanted to show it in this one. Y'all, this I've been watching All American and it looked like Spencer. This card really does look like Spencer. And he was a warrior. He's definitely Ogun energy. He's an activist. he put on for his community. Even when he went to go and better himself, he still fought for his community. This is responsibility. This is also, again, taking on too many burdens that aren't your own, and knowing when to detach. All right. So we talked about all of this. We know that Sagittarius, we are in a full moon, but the sun is in Gemini. So that makes these sister signs. All right. So the Gemini, the house ruler is the third house. The planetary ruler is Mercury. Okay. Mercury is in Taurus in the fourth house. All right. And again, showing that compassion, that more feminine aspect, having to do with the home, maybe getting your organizational skills, tidying up the place. You might want to do some feng shui, things like that. But in the third house, we do have Chiron. Chiron is in Aries. It's been in Aries. I forgot. Did I keep it? Nope. Where I had that resource where it said how long the planets will be in a certain sign. Yeah, I'm not gonna do all that right now. Yeah, I'm not. But it's gonna be there for a while. Also the North Node, the North Node, as well as Jupiter in the third house. So for Chiron in Aries, I put reframing perspective. Okay, reframing perspective. So as we have been working through the wounds of self, we are in an age where everybody is told to go within, to do work, to do shadow work, self-development. And as we're doing that, it's like the pressure's on, right? The pressure's on, and we have to look at those wounds in order to progress, in order to evolve. And a lot of times we just want to suppress and stuff that down. So with the Chiron and Aries being in the third house, this is going to help shift some perspective. Now, am I saying that this is going to be just some people, again, it's polarity, spectrums, okay, rhythms of life. So you might have a little bit of both. You might have some epiphanies, some ahas. I love this. This is great. Then other ones, it's like you're spiraling. You're spiraling. Again, how can you, when you feel that coming, when you hear that, how can you navigate those ebbs, right? Those ebbs. How can you tend to those with more compassion and love for self? So within, so without the law of correspondence. That was another law too that I thought, corresponded with that, with the law of correspondence. So we have as above, so below, so within, so without. So we might get trapped in the thought like, I'm doing all of this work, but this person here isn't doing their work, and I need them to get in line because I'm doing this. I can't be doing everything. Seven of Wands is going to lead to the Nine of Wands real fast, because Eight of Wands is fast moving energy. So you're doing all this work real fast, you're going to get tired. You're going to get tired. You're going to be tired of working on yourself, tired of, trying to tell other people to work on themselves, where it's just like, again, detachment. I've done my work, or I've done enough work for right now in this period. It's time to have fun. It's time to rest. It's time to be a little bit more carefree. Okay. not be so serious all the time. And I know that's like what for me and my childhood, very serious, very serious. I think I'm still very serious, but I'm if my childhood self would see me now, they're like, so chill. You're so chill. Because man, and I do understand why I'm like that because of astrology. I have a Capricorn stellium. I have a Capricorn stellium and an Aquarius stellium, which both signs a Capricorn stellium. I have a Capricorn stellium and an Aquarius stellium, which both signs ruler is Saturn, and Saturn does not play. Saturn does not play. It's all about responsibility, maturing, bucking up. Let's go. Lessons on lessons on lessons. Lessons on lessons on lessons. And again, Saturn retrograde is happening, I believe it was June 17th. Okay? So let's be prepared for that. So, y'all, I think I have a few more notes before I get to the zodiac readings. I am going to do them a little differently. Instead of going, Aries, this, and that, Gemini, this, and that. I'm going to do it by the elements. I said the elements. The elements. Yes, everybody's still going to get that breakdown of their house, like what house will affect you the most. But I feel like this will go a little bit smoother because, especially as I'm dissecting the chart as much as I am right now, I'm just trying to make sure we're not, going over. I have to, be protective of my energy. And also, if you want to, get more guidance and more in-depth reading, I am available. You can check out my website, msbotanica.com. Okay, I did just revamp it too, so it's a little brighter. It's a little, it's cute. It's cute. So go check it out. All right, we got a couple of more points, and let me see. I probably already touched on them. Yep, Mercury in Taurus, fourth house, Gemini ruler. So yeah, split mind, mental health, rigid thinking. That's what I was thinking about too with that split mind, because Taurus too is very it's fixed energy. So it's gonna be a little difficult to reframe or train the mind to get into those habits. Okay. And then the ninth house, because Sagittarius, even though it's in the 11th house, the ninth house is its ruler. Okay. And I've been moving, look, I've been moving, but this is motion censored at my shop. So I want to get, side note, I want to get this lamp. I've been looking at, it's gonna be like LED with different colors and all that stuff. So especially like when I have clients here, when I do my Reiki or my energy healing, I go either or depending on the energy. Do I want to do the Reiki symbols or can I just go straight to source? Okay. So it's gonna be a vibe. It's gonna be a vibe. But so in the ninth house right now, we do have the South Node, which is in Scorpio. Scorpio and Libra are in the ninth house, but the only thing that's there is the South Node, which is deep transformation, right? Within our sexuality, our gender, we have receiving gifts. I put in debt. Okay, so these are things that we might change or we're coming out of. On. Not gonna do it. You really don't see me. There we go. Like, come on. So yeah. So we got deep. So we've been coming from deep transformation, right? I said like with Chiron in Aries, it's like I've been here. I've done the work. I'm tired of transforming. I'm tired of changing, right? Well, also within our sexuality too, we probably healed from any sexual trauma, or where we've transformed and we are really into our sexuality and living a more tantric life, a more sensual life, pleasure filled life. Is not all about sex, even though there can be, but pleasure doesn't have to be just sex, okay? Then uh gender, gender roles, transforming that, where we've come from as far as gender roles till now, changing those perspectives within the household, receiving gifts too, because thinking about inheritance, because Scorpio also rules inheritance, and then also debt, taxes. Okay. So all of these things, maybe this is where we need to brush up on. These are maybe some things that we still need to work on, right? That we working through to come out of. So this is a good time to maybe get your financial literacy game up. Okay. Yeah. Because the energy is there for it. All right. So, all right. Yeah. Yeah. That's all I got for the astrology, y'all. All I got. It took me, I'm looking at the timer here. It was like an hour, but I did like the breakdown. I hope y'all did too. It didn't even seem that long to me, but hey, it's cool. It's cool. So we're gonna go into the zodiac signs. Again, we're gonna go to the different houses. Instagram, it's been real. Okay, make sure you hop on YouTube, Mystic Storm Spirituality, to see the rest of it. All right, so catch you in the next one. Make sure you check out my website, msbotanica.com. Like, share, all of that good stuff. If you're in Nashville, I'll see you at the Nashville Black Market and the Wicked Market, okay? This weekend. So, see ya. All right. All right, y'all. So, I'll handle all of that later. So, cool, YouTube. It's just us. It is just us. And I'm not really getting the chat info, but that is okay. We're gonna dive in. We're gonna dive in. I do want to use my singing bowl. I talked about a lot, and I hope I did not jump around too much for y'all. I tried to keep it as concise as possible, and hopefully the way that I'm thinking is it comes off well to you all, my thought process and my deliverance. All right. So we're gonna use the singing bowl right now for the energy. Okay. I love how it just it the what decrescendo, but then it takes a while. That vibration is still here, even though we can't hear it. It is still here. All right. So again, I talked about I want to go in the order of elements. So we are in Gemini season. So I'm gonna start with the air signs. I'm gonna rock with the Geminis first. It's y'all season. Then we're gonna go into the fire signs. Okay. Then we're gonna do earth and then water. So before we get into that, I did my numerology on here too. So with the numerology, I'll I guess I'll explain it. So each sign has a specific house number, right? So within each element, I broke that down and got the numerology vibration. Okay. So for, and then I added all of those up. So I broke it down per zodiac on the element. The element had its own numerology. Then I went through the four elements and broke down that numerology. Okay. So the order of elements, I put six. That's the vibration that's going on for the collective. Six. So we had seven for the full moon, but elemental wise is six. Six here. Six, it has to do with harmony, the lovers, right? And it still has to I have all my cards here. Yeah, the lovers. And then I do want to put it on this one too. Yeah. How this is going? I don't know how this got all messed up, y'all. But yes, you see the lovers. We got Beauty and the Beast on this one. It's that harmony, that light side and the dark side, right? So embracing all aspects of you, bringing harmony to your relationships, your partnerships, right? That's the goal. Because again, I said that anyway, because the seventh house, right, is relationships. Right. Got it? Yes. So you see how it all flows still. So, and then I want to explain this. So we have air and fire, then earth and water. Air and fire, the air signs have the fire houses. Okay. So for example, Gemini is in the ninth house, or Gemini people, Gemini energy is going to affect you the most within the ninth house. That's Sagittarius' energy, which is a fire element. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So the air signs, all the air signs have fire houses, the areas of life, right? So that's Aries, that's Leo, that's Sagittarius. They have that aspect, the air signs. Now, the fire signs, they have the air houses, okay? So think about air getting into the fire. So it's potency, it's fast moving, it's yeah. So any magic that you want to do, any working ritual work you want to do, this is the time, right? But also on the polar side of that, the word I got was inflammation. Inflammation. All right. So make it having that fine line, that balance, right? Let me get into justice. Justice can be served, yes. Justice does not mean that it's all love and light. Okay. We are harmonious over here. So it's not all love and light. I heard do what you do. You and your crew. All right, I don't remember that song, but is that Snap Your Fingers? We can still, you can do it all by yourself. But yeah, so then going to the earth signs and the water signs, the earth signs have the earth houses, and the water signs have the water houses. So they're in their element, they're locked in, they're flowing, right? But this can also, on the polar side, I got stagnancy, right? So just being, yes, this can be locked in, flowing, everything's going good, but again, you might need to look at different perspectives. All right, so I hope that explanation helped. Again, I'm doing everything a little differently, and I feel like I'm going like real technical, and like finding different symbols and symbolizations. So hopefully you all are rocking with it. All right. So we're gonna start off with the air signs. Air signs. If you're a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, this can be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Venus, Mars. Did I say Venus already? Mars. All right. All of that. You might be a cross washer. I said a wash washer, cross watcher. Y'all, my speech. But we're gonna get into it, right? So as I'm getting these cards together, Gemini, you have the ninth house, as I explained. So it's the Sagittarius energy. So you might want to travel. Again, you might be really thinking about taking your skills to the next level. You might be wanting to get into a course or get a certificate, maybe go back to school. Okay. Or this is like deepening your practices, your spiritual practices. All right. You might for some reason I'm hearing temple, but it can be like the temple of your soul, like devotion, devoting yourself into, if you are religious, religion serves its purpose for people. If you are wanting to convert, you might want to convert. You may also want to, how can I say this? You may want to convert, or you might be again testing, what you've been taught, and deprogramming or reprogramming the mind. Okay. So next we have Libra. Libra, you have fifth house energy. So that's Leo. Leo's energy again is very fiery, very potent. We had a lot of energy happening around the fifth house, or Leo's energy, right? Because I think the seventh house, which was the main focus here, within Leo. Okay. So Libra. And Libra, the seventh house is your house, right? So relationships might be a big deal for you right now. You might be going through some things with relationships, again, because fifth house, Leo's energy also has to do with drama. Drama. I see Felicia, yes, she said she's going to catch the replay. I told her, because that's my sis from Ia Tyra Omalade. She's having her full moon circle while I'm filming this. So yeah, it's cool. But yeah, fifth house energy. So yeah, you might be going through a lot within relationships, and that's okay. But I think this is also saying to be carefree, right? Using that energy, maybe releasing some of that inflammation um, to rest, and also maybe transmuting that to be more, to have more energy, more energetic, more free. Okay. And then Aquarius, you have the first house, which, Aquarius energy was already in the first house with Pluto, right? With the Pluto retrograde. And it's like it's new beginnings all around for you, Aquarius. You might be having to change your lifestyle. You may want to change the way that you look. You may want to change your health, within health, finances, your whole approach to life might be shifting, and it can be really good. And also, it can also be very daunting. All right, with a lot of change, you might feel, a lot of anxiety, fear might creep in. But remember, we can transmute that energy. As long as you get back to courage, you can have the will and the power to keep going. All right. So we're going to pull some cards here for the air signs. Okay, your vibration, your numerology all together, because I added up 9, 5, and 1, right? So yeah, so we got 5 plus 1, 6, 6 plus 9, 15, 1 plus 5 is 6. Okay, so again, very harmonious. All right, try to balance, getting. Yep, this is funny. Yeah, thank you, thank you. So we got, look, the Chariot, which was one of the major arcana that I had out already from the beginning. Right, we have the Chariot, we have Strength, and then we have the King of Coins in reverse. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that there has to be focus and in harmony, right? And balance in what you're about to endure. There might be some challenges, yes, especially when it comes to finances, growth, home, business, right? Material wealth, abundance. Now, the King of Coins or the King of Pentacles, however you want to say it, in this deck is coins. Um, it was in reverse. So there might be, I heard, a lack of resources. So maybe you need to take some time to again study, get some resources, take a course. That's Sagittarius' energy, right? Then also, this has to do with value. Do you believe in yourself? I'm looking at the stars on here. That's the hope, that's the faith, right? So do you believe that you can get there, whatever your goal is? And also, do you believe that you can handle the growth when it comes? Okay? Do you believe you can handle the growth when it comes? Trust that you can. You were built for this. You were made for this, right? You were made for any challenges or that come up, any obstacles that come up. It's that they're just lessons. Okay, they're just lessons, and everything's gonna fall into place. Okay, and then yeah, this focus. Just keep the focus. I'm keep getting tunnel vision. Tunnel vision. Tunnel vision is good, right? Sometimes we need to be really focused, but also try to get some of that peripheral peripheral vision going on to see the bigger picture. Sometimes we get so fixated and we think it has to be one way. Stepping back to see the bigger picture. Okay. So this is very potent energy. It can get a little rough, a little harsh, right? But it's up to you to transmute that energy with the strength card, right? She even has like the alligator. Well, this is funny. It's traditionally it's the lion, but it's the lion with an alligator head, and it has mushrooms on it at the bottom. And it's funny because even in my notes, I put Alice in Wonderland, and I didn't even mention that. So maybe it's just for you air signs. Alice in Wonderland, like going down a rabbit hole, being adventurous, and just being open to wherever spirit is leading you in that area of life that we talked about. Okay. But you have to know that your value, your input matters. You also need to trust in the direction that spirit is calling you, and trust that you will be compensated and rewarded for what you naturally bring. Okay. So I hope that you enjoyed. I do want to pull some oracle. I'm trying to think. I know we talked a lot about relationships, so I'm just probably going to pull a lover's card, okay? From the lover's oracle. And I love this because it gives some perspective, and we can do it for any relationship, okay? This is for the air signs. Thank you, Spirit. Love it. It says, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. So that brings me to the King of Coins again in reverse. That King of Coins in reverse is like sometimes we get so fixated on the money, on the car, on the clothes, on our appearances, how we look, how our reputation, our all that stuff. But in the grand scheme of things, the only thing that we take when we leave this world is not all this money, all this wealth, all this abundance. That's for your offspring, for generational wealth, right? If you take your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love, this is where, again, that tunnel vision comes in. Make sure that you leave room for rest, for play, to see the bigger picture that you may also be working yourself too hard. You put in the grand scheme of things, in a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, if not, why is it still cycling in your brain over and over and over? Yes, you might be fighting demons, inner demons. The dark side, I'm getting ringing in my ear. Doing the shadow work, yes, getting a lot of demons. So, but knowing that the shadow is not the enemy, knowing that the inner demons aren't the enemy, they are here to express and tell you something. Have a conversation with your shadow self, okay? So that way you can navigate all of this a little bit better, okay? And also spend time with people that you love. Make sure you take some time to love on yourself and love on others. All right. All right. I do. Let me see. I always say I'm done pulling. Like, do I want to pull one more? All right. I'll pull from the soul's lesson to close us out. Air signs. Let me know how y'all like this format. I feel like I do really like it. So far, so good. I'll watch the replay and see how I really like it. But this is final message for air signs. What they need to know, spirit. This one, friendship. Friendship. It says, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Okay? You take nothing but the souls and the memories you have shared with those you love. Nothing but the souls and the memories you have shared with those you love. This person is in your life for a reason. Number 6, harmony, love. 6 is also the lovers in tarot. So it's like unity, union. Okay, collaboration. All right. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed my air signs. Comment. I love to read the comments. Make sure you leave me. What can you leave me? What emoji can you leave me? Leave me a turtle. 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 All right. All right. We're gonna move on to my fire signs. So yes, if you just hop on, we're gonna do the fire signs next. Oops. Okay, fire signs, if you're in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, you could be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node. You might be a cross watcher. Okay, this is your reading. Okay, so vibrationally or numerology, right? The fire signs, the vibration is 3, the number 3. This is all about creation, right? We also think about maiden, mother, crone. And then what else when we think about 3 is also empress. Empress. So it might be birthing something, birthing new ideas, creations, a new project, name it. All right. So we have Aries. Aries, the house that's going to affect you the most is the 11th house. 11th house is an Aquarius energy. So that ties into, friendships, your community. Also, it has to do with technology. All right. And we talked about detachment too. So when it comes to implementing the Sagittarius full moon, we talked about faith and wisdom and um, aligning yourself to, certain relationships, things like that. I will say, and also creation with the number 3 for the fire signs, there might be something that you're wanting to bring into the physical realm, but you might need to brush up on some skills when it comes to technology. And that's where collaboration comes in, right? Hey, Auntie, how you doing? I haven't seen you in so long. It's been so long, so long. Hope we get to see each other soon. But you haven't missed Virgos. Virgos are going to be up next after the fire signs, okay? Um, but yeah, back to Aries, 11th house, talking about technology, right? I don't know why I'm still sticking on technology. I'm going to pull up the other stuff for the 11th house. So you would think I would have that memorized since I'm an Aquarius. Aquarius is 11th house. Let's see. Oh yeah, future hopes and dreams, right? So yeah, it goes into having that faith and that courage to see it through, to see it through whatever you're wanting to create, right? It could be create better health for yourself, or cultivating better friendships, or bringing awareness to something that you believe in and you want others to believe in. And that's okay. But the technology part is what is getting you probably right now. So again, you might want to collaborate with some people, or try to get into a course or something like that. So next we have Leo. Leo, 7th house is going to affect you the most during this Sagittarius full moon. 7th house, that's where your sign is right now on the chart, right? We talked about the vibration 7, right? With the chariot card. So you're cultivating with the chariot card. So you're cultivating, really, if you're wanting to attract a lover, then this is the time. Okay, this is the time you may already have somebody in mind that you're wanting to, get into a deeper union with. Doesn't necessarily have to be just romantic. Again, it can be partnerships, right? Partnerships, alliances, all of that. And then this can also be, I'm looking at it now, interpersonal style. How are you communicating with others? How are you interacting with the people around you? And how can you create more out of it, right? How can you maybe you're thinking? I'm thinking about boss energy for you, Leo, as far as like you're the boss and you're linking up with these people and y'all all are growing. You're creating employment or jobs for other people for what you're trying to do. There we go. Cool. And then Sagittarius, I got third house. I hear that tone. I know that I'm in an office, so it's multiple people here. I know, but it's kind of late. I'm like, where did that come from? But anyway, um, Sagittarius, we have a third house. So 3-3, right? Third house has to do with communication, thinking and siblings, your interests, all of that. You might be reflecting back on childhood. You may want to do some inner child work, or maybe just tapping into your inner child. When we think about inner child, we think mainly on the trauma, the trauma, the trauma. There was some good times. It was if it was mostly bad, it wasn't all bad. There was some good there. If it was mostly good, it was a little sprinkle, not so good. So just focus on what you need to focus on this at this time, whatever comes up for you during this full moon. Okay, post different sides of the spectrum, different strokes for different folks. Siblings for sure might be a thing that you want to revisit if you have siblings, Sag. Okay, so we're gonna pull for the fire signs. Y'all saw me shuffle. Y'all saw me shuffle. This energy is nothing to play with. The Chariot card again. That's crazy. Seven of Swords in reverse and Nine of Cups. Yeah, so this was the vibration that we talked about from the beginning of this reading, or astrology forecast reading, all this stuff. So you you're focused. I feel like you're seeing a lot that is transforming in your life, and you're kind of like, let's go, very trying to rein everything in to try to move it in the direction that you want, right? Think about, there might be some times where you may feel not inauthentic, or an imposter. All where these changes are happening, you may need to step up to the plate. You may need to you might need to back down on some things, let somebody else take the lead. It's putting you in certain situations where you may feel like you're not showing up as yourself. Who are you, right? Are you the same person you were? Who is this? Get to know the new person. Remember, the numerology is 3 for your element. So that's change, that's creation. So as you're creating this new life for you, you're changing. Hey, Keita May, how y'all doing? I can't wait to watch the replay. Uh, um, from Tyra, because man, I was trying to go on live earlier, but I couldn't. My stomach was hurting. It was hurting so bad. But I'm back and I'm good. All right. So yeah, fire signs. As you're being focused, you're trying to create this new life, this new business, this whatever you're trying to do, right? Don't be so hard on yourself when you're morphing into this person, this new person that you're becoming, right? And what are you becoming? What are you aligning to? Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, emotional bliss, and harmony. So if you keep fulfillment, emotional bliss, and harmony. So if you keep what you're wanting to cultivate and create in the physical realm, on if that's your focus and your awareness, despite it might be a little rocky, it might be a little shaky, you may be a little timid. That's the word, timid. But if you keep going with it, all will be well. You'll the harmony, the bliss, definitely Leos for sure. Like because it's kind of like if you're looking into like romantic love, definitely for sure. All right. All right, we're gonna pull a couple of oracles. We're gonna pull from the lovers oracle since seven vibration is mainly about relationships. I'm like, oh, already? All right. It was reflection. 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 It says, give each other some space at the moment, trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Okay? So this is the law of rhythm. So it's funny because we talked about drama, we talked about maybe needing to talk things out, we talked about all this stuff from what I've said overall in this reading. Um, so again, in Seven of Swords too, this can be like the not so faithful card, sneaky energy. All right. So, sneaky energy. All right. So whatever is transpiring that might be exposed during this time, because full moons are all about illumination. So secrets will be revealed, things are being brought to light. So take the time to reflect, but also it can be reflection on yourself, reflecting on a partnership, a union, a relationship. It can be platonic, it could be business, all of that. Reflect and give some time for you to have solitude. And my candle just popped too when I said reflect. Go into solitude, and this is where your faith is being tested right now. Your faith is being tested because you have this goal in mind, you have this vision that you're wanting to bring into the physical realm. You feel like there's that you're having to walk around or be timid, or you're having to act a certain way, and you don't feel like it's you. Give give yourself time to learn that new you, right? I hope now I was like, I hope when I say this, y'all like, what? You can talk to yourself. I hope that y'all talk to yourself. I talk to myself. I talk to myself out loud. I talk to myself in my head. Um, as an air sign, now I'm an Aquarius sun, and I'm also a Gemini rising. So that's double air coupled with a Pisces moon. So I'm always, always in my head, always trying to talk things out, but also talking can give you that focus, to give you direction. If you feel like, especially in the midst of it, when you feel like, ooh, I'm not too sure if I want to go through this or if I'm up for the challenge, reflect and see that you're built for this again. So, let's see how it has the butterflies, and I got the butterflies going. Purple, the violet kind of giving throat, got the third eye and crown for sure. And some reflection. This could be tears of joy, but this can also be, tears of sadness, of grief. Butterflies is transformation, death too. So as you're transitioning into this new being, right? Or there might be a rough patch in some type of relationship, right? There, I don't know. Yeah, you have to go within the solitude, the darkness, right? Having faith, right? Having faith that everything's going to work out, and that just because it's a little rocky doesn't mean you have to necessarily let it go. All right, just give some space and all will be well. All right. So then we're going to pull from the Soul's Journey cards. Fire signs, I hope that y'all enjoyed. All right. Comment. I love to read the comments. And leave me a butterfly emoji for this. Leave me a butterfly emoji for resonated. All right. So final message. Thank you. Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Right? So there might be some doubt. Again, how I was trying to say, timid nature. Reflect and remember who you are and step up to the plate and watch how you'll be fulfilled and everything that you wanted to bring into this reality will come. Okay? Law of attraction, manifestation, like all of that creation, empress energy for sure. So I hope you enjoy fire signs, my Aries, my Leos, my Sagittariuses. All right, make sure y'all like, as Keita May said. Check out my website if y'all want a personal reading or products, y'all. I do sell products. I am getting into promoting them more. Okay, y'all will see them more. All right. All right. We're going to move on to the earth signs. Give me a moment here. Let me sip on some water. And thank you. Yes, I'm feeling much better. I'm on my moon cycle and it was not cooperating with me. I was like, I'm just going to rest like it's telling me to. All right. But I have to get this done at the same time. So, all right. This is for the earth sign. So if you're a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, this is for you. All right. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, North Node, Cross Watcher. This is for you. All right. So the vibration of the earth signs right now is the number 9. Excuse me. The number 9. These are endings, but it's also beginnings. 9 is also, I'm thinking about the Hermit card in tarot. And also 9 can be 9th house Sagittarius. So 9, Hermit, going within, getting the wisdom, right? Getting the knowledge to bring it out into the physical. Also, this can be an end of a cycle where you're wanting to reflect, you're wanting to um, maybe get some more clarity on things before you step out and maybe speak on something. You know, a lot of times when we get triggered, we do want to react, of course, but taking some time to process. I feel like this is a time to process. Okay, earth signs. So Taurus, the house that's going to affect you the most is the 10th house. All right, that's Capricorn's energy. So you're really focused on like your long-term goals, your reputation. Right now, your image. You may be changing it up. And this might be a time where you are maybe just hyper fixated on like your brand. And even if you're not a business owner, it's just like how how you want to come off to the world, right? But that's also getting into like fragments. I'm hearing like fragmentation. How can you integrate all of who you are and merge it together to represent you and you feel good about it? Also, this is maybe exerting more action, bringing more light to the situation. It's more masculine energy, as well as mm, I would say, what's it, reflection? I talked about reflection, solitude. This could be parental or like authoritative energy. Maybe you're stepping into that role, or you might be a little rebellious and you might need to work on how you can change your perspective on authority, right? Okay, for the show, Taurus rising. All right, and then oops, trying to go to my keep the flow of what I've been doing. Virgo, you are in the sixth house. Okay, sixth house is your energy. It is. It's your energy. So all about, so you're really locked in on like health, analyzing, getting more organized, right? Trying to get things together when it comes to, I'm thinking about the vibration of nine. Um, yeah, transitions, endings, and it's to a cycle. I I honestly it's kind of like the surrender, letting go of the outcome, letting go of assumptions that may happen just because may something has occurred. I keep saying something or things or this, that, but I'm thinking about a tower moment. My mind is like analyzing all this stuff before I can like actually speak it. So that might be too what's going on with you, Virgo, even though that happens to me a lot, but why I'm saying it. You're that's probably what you're going through. Your mind is going a mile a minute, but you can't really articulate what you're wanting to say, or you get swept up in the energy of communicating with someone and you don't really get to say all that you want to say. So that's why that nine, that solitude, the hermit card is good. Taking that time to go within, process, realize what you need to do, and go from there. Okay. And then Capricorn, your energy is the second house. Okay. That is Taurus energy. So it's all about the money, the finances, luxury. I heard Savage Life. Is that Rick Ross? I don't remember. Maybe not. I can't remember the song, but that's what came to mind. Okay, habits, work ethic, worth. All right, all of that stuff. So that's what you're focused on, Capricorn. Very locked in on this energy. Just remember, you don't have to work so hard. Like, how can you shift that mindset of that? Because Capricorn, you're used to working hard. You're used to always like going after grinding, going to the top. And so yes, you can utilize that energy to get money, but I was just listening to someone, I don't know her name on here, uh, Royal Shaman, I think. I don't know. I just saw her today and I subscribed. She was good. But she said hard work doesn't equal a lot of money. So are you working hard, or you're trying, forcing something to work, Capricorn? Are you trying to force something to work just because that's what you want? Or you believe that hard work equals high gain? Maybe tapping more into that feminine aspect can help, Capricorn, because Taurus energy is also Venus. It's ruled by Venus, right? So, and it's a watery type element. So you already come off pretty strong. Try to incorporate some of that yin energy to the table, so that way everything can flow a little bit more seamlessly. All right. All right, Earth signs. We're gonna do it all together. We're gonna pull. Okay. Y'all, I was about to say, if the Chariot card comes out again, I'm gonna be like, what? I need a clear card, clear card. Thank you. And then one more. Cool. So we have Knight of Wands. We have Two of Wands. And then Two of Swords in reverse. We got we got 2-2, which I do have 2-2 on the title here. And then it's Two Wands and Swords. Wands is fiery, but the Two of Swords has fire in it in this in this deck. Okay. So I do feel like overall, Earth signs, I did talk about like the overall energy, like kind of locked in and stagnant when I was going over the order of elements. All right. So with this, what I'm seeing all together is there could have been impulsive decisions on what you're wanting to bring into your life. I'm looking at the spoon. Impulsive decisions on what you're trying to maybe also consume. You're wanting, maybe what you're consuming is making you impulsive. So making sure that you fine tune what you're listening to, what you're watching, what you're eating. This affects the brain. This affects, your emotions, all of that. Two of Wands. It's like split head, split mindedness. I did talk about that. Yep, with Mercury in Taurus, right? Mercury in Taurus in the fourth house, right? And I put split mind, mental health, rigid thinking. Okay, so even though two of wands could be like you're looking off at a distance, seeing the future, being like a visionary type of feel, but it's going through those crossroads. You're thinking about the decisions, right? We got Mercury. Mercury is ruled by Gemini. We're in Gemini season. Decisions, decisions, decisions. But I feel like with this, your mind is made up. Your mind is made up because of the Knight of Wands with the Two of Swords in reverse. And also, if you're not there, if you're like, wait a minute, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm trying to do, this is where the solitude, the Hermit card comes in from that 9 energy, right? And then also, this could just be an end to a cycle, an end to maybe going through a dark period with your mental health altogether, my earth signs, and also an end to maybe limiting beliefs, releasing a lot of limiting beliefs, maybe on how you view action or creation or passion. Do you think that passion is just fleeting? Do you think that yeah, is it just fast? Or is it slow? Is it it's what I'm thinking about. Like I'm thinking about honey or molasses type of more sweeter or than just a wham bam thank you ma'am type of film. And it's just like, do you think about that with life? Like, do you think like, okay, let me get this done, boom, 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 boom. I'm done, I'm ready. Whew, now I can relax. Or can you indulge in that? Enjoy the journey a little bit more. Maybe when you do that, you might get more epiphanies and different perspectives, right? And yes, it may bring, different options or scenarios. You might play a little devil's advocate, but at the end of the day, you are more secure within yourself because you looked at all the options and you're trusting that the flame inside of you is it's not fleeting. It's not what am I trying to say? It's not fleeting, it's sustained. And it's funny, I'm looking over at the candle, it popped again. It's sustained, or it's not a powerful fire. I can't think of it. Like the flame, it's an ongoing flame. It's a good consistency. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I feel like y'all understand what I'm trying to say. I don't know the word. All right. Yes. So we're gonna get into the Lover's Oracle. Thank you. Embrace. Embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. Okay? And through each other, feminine, masculine, become one. This is union, right? Take it how it needs to be. Doesn't have to be romantic. It's definitely here, of course, right? Could be business partnerships through each other. You find the missing pieces to collaborate through the different aspects of yourself. Didn't I say something about fragmentation? I believe for one of you all, earth signs, you find the wholeness within you, the unity within you. Okay, awesome. And then lastly, we're gonna get into the soul's lessons cards. I hope I enjoyed Earth signs. Comment. I love to read the comments. Leave me a sword for clarity. A sword for clarity, or a flame, either or both. I like the combo. Eternal flame. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like it's a steady flame, but I feel like it's something better. A better way to say it. All right, it was two cards. Let's get one card, spirit, one card, final message. Balance. Balance. Harmony. Two, 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 two. Two of wands, two of swords. Right? Unity. Right? So we have, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world and do so without judgment. Ooh, I'm gonna read that again because that's on brand. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world and do so without judgment. All right. So that rigid thinking, that goes back into that compassion that we talked about. Yeah, Tyra has said that, like, just enjoying the journey and not having to do it so fast and impulsive. Have a more pleasure-filled life. All right. All right, Earth signs. I hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure you check out my website, msbotanica.com, for readings, services, products. All right. And yeah, if you aren't subscribed, I hope you subscribe. Mhm. I'll catch you in the next one. All right, we're gonna move on to the water signs. The water signs. All right. I will say, I feel like I wasn't on here that long, but I'm still on here pretty long. It's going on a 2 hour mark almost. But I do feel like I'm glad that I didn't break it down by each sign. I'm glad that I did the elements because I would have been on here way longer. So let me. Okay, water sign. So if you're a Cancer, a Scorpio, or Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node, Cross Watcher, this is for you. All right, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So the numerology vibration. You're Pisces more. Okay, should be here. Fellow Pisces moon. Yes. So the vibration here for the water signs altogether is 6. 6 has to do with harmony. It's funny how I feel like every time I explain this and go to the next sign, it also flows. So harmony, balance, right? Justice. This is also equal give and take. Everything flows. I'm thinking about the 6 of Pentacles right now, for some reason. So reciprocation, um, energy exchanges. Like, I know we talk about like agape, unconditional love, but at the same time, you can't just keep giving people, your love, your compassion, your energy, giving people, your love, your compassion, your energy, and you're depleted, and it's no exchange, it's no equal give and take, no compensation. Okay, and it's not always going to be yes, being in the now. I think it's being in the now. And with the compensation, where was I going with that? Then I think I lost it. Equal give and take, compensation. Mm-mm. I don't know. It left me. It's like that. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Hopefully, it comes back to me. Um, y'all know that that TikTok or that reel where it was like, I keep forgetting what I walked in here for. Like when you enter your 30s on up, and it really happens to me. But I had to change the words because I said I'll be darned if I'm always forgetting stuff. And I feel like my memory is getting better since I've been doing that. So it's power in the tongue. Power in the tongue. 6 is also like we talked about 6 of Pentacles. Water, you talking about 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. Ooh, 6 of Cups is water. You talking about 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. Ooh, 6 of Cups is like memories, nostalgia, right? It's also like past life, past life, past life love. Like, say if this had came in the 6 of Cups comes in a love reading, it's like soulmate energy. Like karmic, not karmic partnership, but it's a karmic link, soul ties type thing. All right. So yeah, we're gonna go to Cancer. Cancer, there you go. It's the eighth house. Eighth house of Scorpio energy. So that has to do with the big changes, transformations that may be happening in your life during the Sagittarius full moon. You might want to indulge more in pleasure, right? You want to, we might be really big on self development right now. Yeah, I'm hearing ringing in my ear. So self development, you might be tapping more into your spirituality. Um, yeah, I heard that's it. That's all. Tapping more into your spirituality, growth, transformation within that growth, too, going into the Six of Cups. For some reason, I'm hearing like, don't forget where you came from, but and I know sometimes we have to forget or release, right? But this might be a good time to think about, where you've come from, being more nostalgic to see why it's necessary for change, why it's necessary, or to just appreciate how far you've come. All right, and then this is also spiritual upgrades. If you are tapped into like wanting to do, spiritual work, or you're doing spiritual work, psychic development, I feel like you're gonna get upgrades during this season, and I would say go for it. Don't be afraid. If you are, it's okay, but just be open, okay, to what you see, okay. And then, so for Scorpio, we have the fourth house for you. So fourth house has to do with the home. That's Cancer's energy. You see how you all have that energy exchange. So Scorpios, the fourth house has to do with, I'm thinking more like self-care, feminine energy, rest, taking care of your home. You might just take a break, do some cleaning, some maybe deep cleaning, cleansing, if you don't, if you haven't like smudged your house, or saged, or use Palo Santo, or however you clear out the energy in your home. Open some windows, do what you have to do. Okay. Also, this could be ancestral. You may want to work with your ancestors more. Um, there may be, that could be going back to that Six of Cups. Ooh, maybe tapping into your ancestry, seeing how history is kind of repeating itself within how our ancestors live inside of us. We are our ancestors. So it's kind of like, okay, are you making the same choices that maybe this ancestor has made, and how did that turn out for them? How did that result? Can you learn from them so you don't end up in the same predicament? Things like that. Okay. And then for Pisces, we have the 12th house. This is your house, Pisces. This has to do with like the subconscious, the darkness. You might, yeah, this might be a really good time for reflection, for going deep within your subconscious, your emotions, to see why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. Um, Also, I do feel like spiritual upgrades for you as well. And what else? What else, Spirit? I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I see for Pisces. Pisces, 12th house. Endings. Okay. What's hidden? Limited beliefs. Closure. That's it. Closure. I like that word. That's the one that stands out to me the most. Finding closure in the past. Six of Cups, thinking about it again. Finding closure in the past so you can move on with your life. So you can enjoy life. Is the past still haunting you? I know mine is sometimes. Like just every now and again, it's like, oh, I don't want to be thinking about that right now. My life good. I don't want to bring that energy. No, 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 no. And that kind of goes into the shadow work, right? The subconscious, reframing that, trying to cycle that out of your subconscious. And it may be dissecting it too, because it's just like, why is this coming up again for? And I feel like I moved past it, but is it still controlling my life? Am I still operating from that that space? Am I still trapped in that timeline? Mm. I'm like, I repeat it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I was delivered. Okay. I I ain't going back. And maybe that's how you feel too. Or again, polarity. You might be like, hey, take me back. Take me back. Different strokes for different folks, but it's healing in it. Anyway with the past Pisces. But just finding the closure in that so you can set yourself free. All right. All right, water signs. Let's pull some cards. Y'all. One card. We got the Emperor here. The Emperor's in reverse. The Six of Cups. The Six of Cups came out. And then we have the Three of Cups. All right. So there's a lack of discipline here when it comes to our emotions in regards to our past and how we view relationships, how we view partnerships and collaborations with the Three of Cups, right? This is I mean, yes, all women here is definitely giving sister wounds, right? Or with the Emperor in reverse to a lack of discipline or lack of authority. Mm. Mm. Maybe you felt like in the past, you felt either an authority figure, you didn't have a good authority or a good parental figure, or maybe you have something going on there within the family. But then also, too, maybe you always felt you couldn't really voice how you felt, or you never felt like included, right? You maybe felt like the black sheep of the family, or the weirdo, or or the introvert. You kind of just kept off to the side. But I really do feel like now it's it's more union. It's more collaboration. Three Cups always gives me like mind, body, spirit as well. This can also be Maiden, Mother, Crone, Triple Goddess, right? So it's like Triple Goddess. We're gonna go with that with the D. Um, it's the Emperor here. It's like the Emperor in reverse. Lack of discipline, lack of authority, and cups to the water signs, easy flowing, right? But these are the signs too that can get really swept up with the tides, or also addictive energy, addictive behaviors. Now, addiction doesn't have to be just alcoholism or drugs, right? This could be addiction to love, addiction to food, addictions to feeling certain low vibrations. Like, for example, doubt this person will ever see any of my lives. A former friend, and I guess me going down memory lane too, Six of Cups. Um, Her mother passed, and her mother passed, it was some years. Grief comes in waves, okay? But it felt like she was just trapped in that energy, not wanting to maybe how she felt too. That was probably the only way she felt close to her mother. And that's why she stayed in that cycle of grief, keys, in that low vibration. Um, Never really. I mean, I don't speak to this lady anymore. I hope that she's gotten out of that cycle, for an example. But yeah, you might be addicted to the feeling. Yeah, Felicia said, yes, I can relate, feeling stuck, not being able to move on. Yes. Yeah. And it's just like, you see the mountain in the back with the crow too. It's a message in that. And yeah, this is the obstacle everyone has to face with the past, but it has to be done. It has to be done. Um, it's going to have to take strength, fortitude, and precision with the Emperor. Is this Excalibur? I'm not really good at these fairy tales. But only you. Sometimes we go to different vices, right, to make us feel a certain way or alter our perception. But it's the choice that you make within your mind. It's the awareness you put to it, and it's not going to go away overnight. It's waking up, or anytime that this type of energy comes up, it's to choose in the moment to get yourself out of it. What are you doing to remove the blockage? How are you clearing the energy? How are you cycling this out of your system? Again, if you're not doing hypnosis or NLP, this is going to take a while. You have to put in the work to process the grief. Yes. Yes, you do. And I'm over here talking about homegirl, right? I'm still cycling out of grief from last year. Grief not of a passing, of a breakup. Just being transparent. And that's what I'm thinking about. Whew, I went through that. I can't believe some of the stuff I endured and I put up with. Right? So it's the grief. And you can also think about the shame and like, Lord. But going, healing the timeline. Healing the timeline. When you go into this process of grief, meeting yourself in that timeline and nurturing yourself. Yeah. No, especially Scorpios, like Scorpios and Cancers, all of the water signs. Yeah, nurturing yourself. Water element. That mother archetype under the maiden mother crown. Mother archetype. Okay. Awesome. Oh, I'm like, that's the last water signs. I needed that one. All right. Yes. Self-love. Yes, indeed. All right, we're going to get into the Lover's Oracle. So I can get these hearts together. There we go. No message here. Not this one. Oh, no. But I guess it was surrender. At times, we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go, and all will work out. Surrender. And then look at all the hearts too. Self-love with the water. Look, I almost didn't pick this one up. This pertains exactly what we were talking about, water signs. Exactly. Oh, cool. So I'm going to close out here with the soul's journey. I hope that you all enjoyed. Comment. I love to read the comments. Leave me, I'm trying to think. I guess a cup. You got a cup or a sword? Cup or a sword? A heart? I'm giving y'all too much. Okay, scratch all that. A mountain, because you can't do it. You can get over it. All right. All right, final message for water signs. Surrender again. Surrender and surrender. Woo! This is like fixation, inflammation, overgrowth right here. And it says, I can release my need to control. I can release my need to control. Sometimes we don't want to feel it. We don't want to feel it. We just want to move on, right? It's coming up for a reason. That's for a reason. Embrace into the feeling. That's what we water signs. Feeling is medicine and feeling. You know, and with time it gets better. But don't repress. Don't repress. Don't try to control it, because again, this is inflammation. This is giving me arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis. This is giving me just inflammation in the body, cancer. Not thrown out on anybody, but just that picture alone, it's not good. Pus, just let it go. Let it go. And I will say at the base, I kept saying discipline. Discipline. And it says, I can accomplish what I set my mind to. If you set your mind on surrendering, releasing, letting go, you can get mental clarity. You'll get unstuck, like that sword there. Okay? Awesome. I really enjoyed this reading. I was happy that I was able to dive deeper into the astrology than I normally do. I had time this time. So I hope that you all enjoyed. Thank you for rocking with me. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful Sagittarius full moon. Peace and blessings to you all. And I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.